Subject is psycho-spiritual parallelism. In a previous chapter, Life, Death and Sanskara, it was shown that with the help of his Chitti Sakti, cosmic consciousness acts as the witnessing entity. The wavelength of this Chitti Sakti is infinite, and therefore we say that it flows in a straight line. When the mind or mana takes the Atma, the witnessing entity, the unit mind, as its so-called object, this is to be done by complete surrender. There is no other way, because actually the mind is the object of the Atma. The mental waves will get straightened gradually. In the end, when its wavelength will as well become infinite, and those waves will also flow in a straight line, the mind will get transformed into the Atma. This state is called Samadhi. Here the psychic waves have attained a parallelism with the spiritual waves of the Atma. This psycho-spiritual parallelism is known as idea or bhav. When this bhav or idea is conceived on the psychic level, it is ideology. Ideology, therefore, is the conception of idea and nothing else. Hence, when we call some materialistic or political principles of a person, party, nation or federation an ideology, it is wrong use of the term ideology. Involves in it a spiritual sense. It is an inspiration which has a parallelism with the spiritual entity. Shabd or sound is in its initial stage a psychic wave. Let us see what earth or meaning is. We hear a sound, but the concept of the word uttered is not clear till the mental waves are brought in contact with the physical concept involved. A child hears the word cat. He sees a cat and the mother says, "See my son, that is the cat which drank your milk yesterday." The boy associates the word cat with the cat scene. That means he establishes a parallelism between the mental waves created by uttering the word cat and the physical wave coming from the physical form of the cat. Hence, psycho-physical parallelism is the meaning of a word which itself, the word is a psychic wave. So, psycho-spiritual parallelism is idea and psycho-physical parallelism is earth or meaning. This psycho-physical parallelism can be either direct or indirect. Indirect parallelism will be the case when the object expressed in the word psychic wave is not perceived directly, and thus physical parallelism can be made directly, but the physical parallelism has been made with the help of some internal sanskara already formed or through some description made by some other course. Psychophysical parallelism always tends to make the psychic wave cruder, and if the mental wave gets cruder, human beings will be transformed into crude beings. The path of negative pratisanchara will be taken by them, and spiritual elevation will remain a dream. But then in day-to-day business, we have to conceive the meaning of words and thereby establish psycho-physical parallelism. Then is human destiny sealed forever? No, it is not. We can have a supreme position of the spiritual wave over the physical wave and perceive the latter as one of the manifestations of the spiritual infinite one. This is what Anand Marga philosophy means by brahmacharya. Brahmacharya does not mean celibacy, but means the assimilation of the psychic wave of the unit mind into the eternal waves of the macrocosm. Anand Marga lays down for the spiritual aspirant a practical method by which this spiritual imposition is done and the mental waves are saved from becoming cruder, rather by bhav sadhana. Spiritual practice of auto-suggestion At the time of action laid down by Anand Marg, the mind will tend towards brahmacharya and thereby towards psycho-spiritual parallelism, the only way to ultimate liberation. Because for mental liberation, the psychic waves must be made subtler. And this is only possible if one either entertains only subtler mental waves or by inspiring with a spiritual force gets a parallelism of the mental waves with spiritual ones. According to the philosophy of Anand Marga, complete development of the integrated personality is an essentiality for perfect spiritual realization of the human being. Personality includes all three, the physical body or Jadadhara, the mental body or Bhavdhara, and the spiritual or supramental body or Chetan Dhara. This means it is collaborated composition of physical, metaphysical, and spiritual bodies. So the proper development of each is essential. For the physical, there must be proper nourishment. For this, see Anand Marga Acharya Chaj Part 3, where food habits for spiritual aspirants and others have been dealt with. Struggle in the physical field or physical labor helps in purifying the physical structure. The mental or metaphysical body needs physical and mental struggle and also mental food. Mental struggle results from aggressive adoption of newer and progressive thoughts rather than blind clinging to faith, meaning psycho-spiritual parallelism. The spiritual body is the higher mind, subtler taste or higher taste. When the microcosm keeps itself absorbed in the macrocosm, the meaner and cruder thoughts wave away. The spiritual body gets strengthened by longing for the great, an intense desire to be for him. This is the real bhakti or devotion. This is the ultimate and only way to final liberation or final union. Sri Shankaracharya has declared bhakti is the best way to moksha, the ultimate liberation. Moksha karan samagrayam bhakti reva gariyasi. 4th June 1959, Jamalpur.